Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Om Asmadgurubhyo Namaha. Om Paramagurubhyo Namaha. Om Sarvagurubhyo Namaha. Jnananandam Mayam Devam Nirmalam Spatikakritim Adharam Sarvavidhyanam Ayagrivam Upasmahe Neelatungastanagiri Suddhamudbhotya Krishnam Parartyam Swam Sudhisarasara Siddhamadhyapayanti Sochistayam Sajnigalitam Ya Bhalatkritya Bhunkte Godadasya Namayidamidam Bhuya Vastu Bhuyaha Annavayal Puduvai Andal அரங்கற்கு பண்ணு திருப்பாவை பல்பதியம் இசையால் பாடி கொடுத்தார் நட்பாமாலை பூமாலை சூடி கொடுத்தாலை சொல்லு சூடி கொடுத்த சுடற்கொடியே தொல்பாவை பாடி அருள வல்லன் அல்வலையாய் நாடினி வெண்கழற்கென்னை விதியென்ற இம்மாற்றம் நான் கடவா வண்ணமே நல்கு. It is said that Vedam Anittukkum Vittaham Kodai Tamil. That means what Koda Devi, which is Andal, has given to us in the form of Tiruppavai as 30 stanzas, verses, is equal to Vedas. Vedam Anittukkum Vittaham means it's not just Vedas, it is a root or a seed of Vedas. What we have to study from Vedas, we can learn easily from Tiruppavai with proper explanation. And those who have not read Tiruppavai, those who have not read Tiruppavai, it is said Vayam Sumappadum Vambu. Vayam Sumappadum Vambu means is that they are just a burden to Mother Earth. There's no use for them for their existence if they don't know Tiruppavai, 30 Pasurams. So we are all gathered here on the third day of Margasirisha, Dhanurmasam, Margari, to relish the third stanza verse of Tiruppavai. It starts as Oongi. Oongi means we're going to see the details of what Oongi is, but then before we get into the details of the sloka, we're going to see the connection between the previous ones that we have seen. In the first Pasuram, Margari Tingal Madinirenda Nannala, we understood that Narayana is the only refuge, only one who can give us shelter. Narayanane Namakke Parai Taruvan. Parai. You often hear this word Parai. Parai means Mukti. Parai means Moksha. When we say Moksha and Mukti, it is not simply getting and merging into something. It is attaining the Lord to continue our service eternally at His lotus feet. That is what Mukti is. That is what Moksha is. And that is what we have to understand whenever I say Mukti, whenever I say Moksha, it is devotional service. It is eternal devotional service at the lotus feet of the Lord in the spiritual world. That is Mukti. So let's not get confused. When I'm using moksha, when I'm using mukti, it's all related to the devotional service. So who can give that mukti? Who can give that moksha? Narayanane namakke parai tarvan. It's a very important, the language being used is quite interesting here. It is not said that Narayananum namakkum parai tarvan. Namakku parai tarvan means with a big difference. Narayana means it is only Narayana who can give us moksha. If we say Narayana Num means also Narayana along with other devatas can give moksha. But Andal very carefully used here, not that Narayana Num meaning also Narayana. She very carefully used here as Narayana Ne, like how Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Mam Yekam Sharanam. Mam Sharanam Braja. He didn't say also surrender to me. He didn't say also surrender to me. He said just surrender unto me alone. Mam Yekam Sharanam Braja. Likewise, Narayanane Namake Parai Taruvan. On what basis does he give the moksha? What basis? We learned that it is the basic requirement for one to attain the Lord's mercy, to attain the Lord's lotus feet, to attain moksha, to attain eternal service at the lotus feet of the Lord is icha. Icha means desire. And that brought up a question to us. If we have a desire, what is that we need to do? If desire is the driving factor to attain Krishna, then why we have to follow the rules and regulations? We saw these things also in the previous Pasuram, um, um, previous Pasuram, yes. So Andal gives the guidelines, what are the things that need to be done, what are the things we cannot do, and Gopis performing these things, and they undertake these things as a service to the Lord. That we saw. Now, the question is, if the desire is the only factor for one to attain Krishna, then why do we have do's and don'ts in our life? I am doing bhakti, but please don't tell me to get up in the morning, chant 16 rounds, and do not eat this one, do not do that one. Don't give me rules and regulations. Bhakti is sufficient enough. We don't need to follow anything. That bhakti is enough. Bhakti is within my heart. We don't need to show by putting the kanti mala. We don't need to show by putting the tilak, dhoti. None of these things are needed. These are all external things. As long as we are bhakti, as long as we have bhakti, that is good enough. Why do we have to do all these do's and don'ts? Yes, it is true. None of these things are needed. We have icha, that is good enough. But as long as we are living in this world, we have to do some activities. We are not going to simply sit in a chair and just do nothing. We will be engaged in certain activities. We have to walk, we have to talk, we have to sleep, we have to get up, we have to work, we have to do so many things. Therefore, we are in action. Always we are in action. Therefore, that means there is activity, karma is being performed as long as we are in this world. But what are we going to do? What are the things that we are supposed to do? Since we have to do something, we must know what is that something that we need to do, what is the something that we should not be doing. So therefore, the simple thing that Andal says in the second Pasuram, where we learned is the Lord who is willing to, ready to give us the moksha, just on one condition, as long as you have icha, I can give you moksha. When the Lord is so merciful, we should appreciate his greatness. We should appreciate his greatness. We should appreciate his greatness for no reason, for no great demand. Lord is giving a big place for me in Vaikunta. He is ready to give himself to me. For that Lord, how should I lead my life while I am still in this body, in this world? That means I need to do things that pleases the Lord, and I should not do things that displeases the Lord. For this reason, we must do things that pleases the Lord, doable things which Lord is happy by our action, and don't do those things which Lord is not going to be happy and pleased by our action. That is called anukulyasya sankalpaha, pratikulyasya varjan. Anukulyasya sankalpaha means doing those activities through our body, mind, and actions in favor of Krishna consciousness, in favor of Krishna, in favor of our bhakti. Pratikulyasya varjana means avoiding those activities that comes through our body, mind, and action. Body, mind, and action. That is unfavorable in our Krishna consciousness. It is not about doing good things for myself or for this world. It is not about doing good things. It's not about doing bad things to myself or to the world. Rather, doing good thing that pleases the Lord. The criteria here, the criteria is not me, not my family, not my friends, not this world. The passing criteria is who am I pleasing? Whatever I'm doing, if it is good thing, I have to please the Lord. Doing good thing that pleases the Lord, and doing those things which not doing those things which displeases the Lord. This is called kritya akritya vivekam. Kritya akritya vivekam. Kritya means do's and akritya means don'ts. Viveka means discriminating between what are the things can be done, what are the things cannot be done. So this is what Andal explained in the second Pasuram. Vayattu வாழ்வீர்கள் நாமும் நம் பாவைக்கு in the Pasuram. In that she said, one has to chant the name of the Lord. One has to get up in the morning, take shower, and engage in the chanting, engage in the service of the Lord. And what are the things one should not do? Do not consume bhoga. Bhoga means enjoyment articles, enjoyment objects, enjoyment substance, cosmetics, flowers, ghee, milk. In other words, we should try to restrict ourselves with some austerity in our life. And that is exactly what we are all trying to do for next 29 days. Yesterday was the first day, today is the second day. So 29 days, that's what we are all trying to do. As we do, what happens is in 30 days, that becomes our nature, that becomes our habit. And we may start thinking, oh, yesterday was the last day of Margari. I got up at 4 o'clock. I came and got shower and get ready and sat for Tiruppavai lecture at 5 o'clock in the morning. Today, it's 7 o'clock. I'm still not getting up. Maybe I should change and get up, try to get up a little early so I can do some. So this is what happens when we try to follow the festivals and fastings and vratas and so forth. So forth, that the connecting is number one, Narayana as a refuge. For that Narayana as a refuge who can give the moksha to us. What am I supposed to do? That's the second pasuram, do's and don'ts. By following the vrata, do's and don'ts, the third pasuram says, what are the benefits that we are going to get? And this is a phalam. The, the ultimate phalam is coming on the 30th sloka, 30th pasuram. But here's the intermittent one, the benefits of following the vrata, pavai nomu, or this particular austerity that we do. What one get by following this vrata, this pavai nomu, we get the simple short liner for this pasuram is we get what we don't have and we'll be able to preserve and retain what we already have. And this is what Krishna says in his language, yoga kshemam. Ananya chintayanto mam yajna pariyupasate tesa mityabhiyuktanam yoga kshemam vahamyam. Yogam and kshemam. Yoga means getting those things that we don't have. Kshema means retaining those things which already have, not bad things. No one is going to pray for, I want stomach ache on Sunday morning. I want headache on Tuesday morning. No, we always pray. We always decide for good things in our life. So whatever good things we don't have, we pray, and that becomes yoga for us, and that is yogam. And then we may have some good qualities. We may already have some things, and to retain those things does not get agitated and changed over a period of the time due to circumstances. I am good today for now until 6 o'clock. As soon as I get up to the room and I see there is no breakfast for me, I start screaming at people, my family member. That means circumstance changes. That's not what it is. So to retain the good quality, not only until 6 a.m. Central Time, throughout the day, I have to retain that good quality. We all have to retain the Krishna consciousness. Therefore, yoga means to get what we don't have. Kshema means to retain what we already have. So in this particular sloka, in Pasuram benefits, we are going to speak about the benefits that are going to get by doing Bhavai Nomu, doing this Vrata for 30 days. And part of that is getting good rain, healthy crops, and then plenty of milk. We are going to see the details, what are these things. And then the important, deeper meaning of this sloka is going to be getting the Acharya Sambandha, the Gurus connecting ourselves, having a relationship, connecting with Acharya, understanding the greatness of an Acharya. And that is what we are going to see in the third pasuram. Now, the third pasuram is important because of this thing. Number 3 itself very special because the gunas are 3, Sattva guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. Tattvams are 3, Chit, Achit, Ishvara. Kalas are 3, kala means the time are 3, past, present, and future. The Karanas are 3, that is mind, speech, and body. And then also on top of it, the Omkara mantra, Omkaram, is also 3, A, U, Ma. And the top of all this, in the third sloka, it's a tradition that when Tiruppavai is recited, this particular sloka, there are selected slokas, and this particular sloka is the first sloka which is repeated twice, not any other slokas. There are only few slokas which is repeated twice in the tradition of reciting Tiruppavai. So this is one of the sloka which is repeated twice. That means it's very important sloka, and it's very special and very auspicious and brings good luck for us in Krishna consciousness. This sloka is also recited for blessing others. For the blessings of someone, we can also recite this sloka. Now, with that introduction, let's get into the pasuram now. ஓங்கி உலகளந்த உத்தமன் பேர் பாடி நாங்கள் நம் பாவைக்குச் சாற்று நீராடினால் தீங்கின்றி நாடெல்லாம் திங்கள் மும்மாறி பெய்து ஓங்கு பெருஞ்சென்னலோடு கயலுகள பூங்குவளை போதில் பொறிவண்டு கண்படுப்ப தேங்காதே புக்கிருந்து சீட்டு முளை பற்றி வாங்க உடம் நிறைக்கும் வள்ளல் பெரும் பசுக்கள் நீங்காத செல்வம் நிறைந்தேலோர் எம்பாவாய். So that is the Pasuram, beautiful Pasuram. And in the first Pasuram, Narayana in Vaikuntha has been explained. In the second Pasuram, Narayana in the Vyuga form is explained in the Milky Ocean. In the third one and the fourth Pasuram and the fifth Pasuram is Vibhavam. Vibhavam is Leela Avatar. In this one Leela has been described, and the fourth Pasuram, another Leela has been described, and the fifth Pasuram, another Leela will be described. With that said, let's get into the meaning of these words. Now, Oongi means by growing himself, and you can easily guess what avataram is this one. The Lord became huge. Oongi means he grew very big within a matter of microsecond. Ulagu means world, this world, the world. Alanda means measured. He grew big and he measured the worlds. Uttaman, the best of mankind. It's not mankind, the best of the Lord. Lord of all Lord. Uttaman. Per Padi. Per means name, Padi means to sing. Whose name we are singing. Now understand that the Gopikas are all, it's not Andal anymore. Andal is already Gopika in Vrindavan. She's not in Srivilliputtur. She's not a daughter of a Brahmana. She is a cowherd girl. She's in Vrindavan. That's how we have to understand this whole thing. Until we go to the last Pasuram, where she then identifies herself as a daughter of Periyarva Vishnuchitta. That is later. For this, at this point, she is one of the Gopis. Now she's going to Yamuna Nadi to take bath. So she's at that time she's telling, let's sing the glories of one who grew up huge, big, and measured this world. That Uttaman's name, that great person's name. Nangalum, our Nangalum, Nam Pavaiku means that the worship of the deity, Pavai Nondu, Pavaiku, the fasting that we are doing. Chart perform, chart Niradi Nal means after bathing. Ting means free of any evils. By bathing in Yamuna Nadi, by calling out and chanting the name of that personality who grew up long to measure the world. Thingindri means we will be free of evil of Nadallam means the entire country, the village and the entire country will be free of evil things. What are the evil things? We'll see that later. Tingal Mummari. Tingal Mum means three. Tingal means month. Margari Tingal. So Tingal means month in this context. Tingal means month. Mum means three. Tingal Mummari. Mari means rain. Peid means flows or falls. Mari Peid. Tingal Mummari Peid means the rain falls at the right time 3 times in a month. The rain, when it falls, it should not be falling, and the rain should not come on any time and every time. Uncalled time. The good rain should happens thrice a month and at the right time. So that's what she's saying. Oongi ulagalanda uttaman perpadi nangal nam pavaikku chaatru neer aadinal thingindri nadellam tingal mummari peide oongu. There will be a overgrown. Here also that is Oongi. Here it is Oongu. Oongi means growing bigger. Oongu means grown bigger, overgrown. There will be a overgrown. Oongu perun. Oongu perun. Vengu perun means perun means big rice field. Rice paddy. The rice paddies and the field will be big. Put in means Kayal Ugalam. It is so very difficult. I have to accept that it is so very difficult to read a particular language in a different language. So I'm a little struggling here. Kindly excuse me. So Kayal Ugalam means fish, and Kayal Ugalam means the little fish are playing around. In the field, paddy field, the grass, the grains are growing so long, and underneath there's a lot of water underneath, and then all the little fishes are jumping and playing with joy. Pungavalai Pungavalam, beautiful flower. Podil, within, there are beautiful flower. Podil, within, Porivandu. Porivandu means, Pori means shining, spark or shine. Vandu means bees. Porivandu means a shining bees. It's poetic, very poetic. Porivandu, kan paduppa. Kan paduppa means their eyes are closed. That means they're resting and sleeping. The vandu on that plants and the flowers, they close their eyes and they're resting and sleeping happily. Porivandu Ponguvala podil, Porivandu kan paduppa. Tengade, Tengade means motionless. They're motionless. Pukkirundu. The cow stands straight for ready for giving their milk to a coward man. Pukkirundu. Cheetra. Cheetra means Cheerta means bountiful, in a big amount, plenty. Mulaipatri. Mulaipatri means the udder, the cow's udder where the milk comes from. Udder, so the milkman just have to grasp that and the milk start flowing. And kudam means a container or a pot. So the cows are there of big size. The cows are all in a huge size. They're ready to give milk. And what happened? The milk cowherd mans or boys, they come and places the kudam. Kudam means a container. Niraiku means when they keep the container, you don't have to milk the cow at all. You just have to tap it one time. You tap the udder one time, just touch it, and then milk starts pouring like anything. How much is pour? Vallal. Vallal means generous. Vallal means being very generous. Vallal, because of being generous, generosity of this cow, Perum Pasukal, this big, huge pasus. Pasu means in this concept, Pasu means in Sanskrit animals. Pasu means in Tamil language, it is cow, right? So the huge Perum Pasukal means huge cows. The size is very big. Each and every cow is so big. And they out of generosity, just by the touch, they start pouring the milk like anything. So the first thing is said is Oongi, first thing is said is Thingindri Nadallam Tingal Mumari Ped, Oongu Perun Chennalodu Kailuhala, Punguvale Podil Podivandu Kanpadapa, Tenga, they put in the seat to Malaputri Patrivanga, Kudam Nerekum Vallal Perum Pasikal. Now, Vallal Perum Pasikal, what happens? Ninga the Selvam. Ninga the Selvam means long lasting, never ends. Selva means prosperity. Prosperity. Selva means Ninga the Selvam means let everyone have long lasting prosperity. Niraindu means filled. Let the land of Gokula filled with prosperity. Embavai. And let's all come and do and our penance and austerity, our Pavai Noble. That is the word by word meaning of this particular sloka. The meaning is if we sing that great one's name who stood up and measured the earth with a single stride and go for our ritual bath, thrice a month will the rain falls and no drought will come, and we can see swelling red paddy. The kyle means the fish wrangling amongst them, and spotted bees will doze in the blue lilies. Big cows with their udder full with yield milk at a touch, a flood of milk to fill our cans to the brim, and wealth and painting will fill the land. So this is the word by word meaning. Now let's see here. The important question that's been asked here is the commentator whose name was Periyavachan Pillai. He has given commentary for all his 4,000 pasrams or alvars. There are 4,000 pasrams. Out of 4,000, what we are releasing now is only 30 pasrams, that too of Andal. There are another so many pasrams are there, and for everything, this great Acharya called Periyavachan Pillai is given commentaries. I'm going to go back here. Periyavachan Pillai has given commentaries. He's asking a question. What's the question? How is that Andal, who's a great devotee, is dedicated to Krishna, now asking for material things like, milk, rain, and prosperity, all these things. Why she is asking for all those things? So he's questioning himself and he's answering to the question. And then he goes to and he feels with his answer is not satisfying, then he is going to the another option. Like that, finally comes to a reason why Andal is praying like this for a material benefit. Because When you praying for material benefit, that means you're really not into Krishna consciousness. You're not understanding the philosophy of Krishna consciousness, because we are all dedicated to Krishna. We have given our life to Krishna. Krishna is going to lead our life. We don't need to worry about anything else for that matter. Therefore, if that is the case, Andal is asking here, ஓங்கு பெருஞ்சென்னலோடு கயலுகல பூங்குவலை போதில் பொடிவண்டு கண்படுப்ப தேங்காதை புக்கிருந்த சீற்றுமலை பற்றி வாங்க. Why all this thing? Milk is needed, good milk is needed, crops are needed, rain is needed. Why she is asking? So he's giving a reason. Periyavachan is giving a reason. Say someone is doing a jyotistoma yaga. Jyotistoma yaga. After he finishes the purpose of jyotistoma yaga is so that one can go to heavenly planet and be there for a longer time. That's why one performs jyotistoma yaga. But then what happens is that after finishing the Jyotistoma Yaga successfully, it is not that that person is going to, as soon as he finishes everything, is going to immediately go to heaven. He has to live for the rest of his life, and until he lives in this body, he has to live in this world, and then he have to leave the body. He goes to a heavenly planet, right? But then during the period after the Jyotistoma Yaga, until he dies, leaves the body, he gets secondary benefits because he did the Punya Karya. Punya Jyotishta Homa, the end result is to get heaven. But then because he performed a Dharma Karya, a Punya Karya, as per the Vedas, he also gets the secondary benefits out of it. Maybe a happy family life, good children, and longevity, and all those different are the side benefits, side benefits he gets. So no one questions, why am I getting the side benefits? I only ask for going to heaven. Why am I getting good health? Why I have to live longer? Why I have to have good family? No one is going to question when the secondary benefits come by itself without even being asked. So if you're planning, say another example, say if you're planning to go to a yatra, every year yatra has been conducted during Kartik month, right? So devotees go to yatra to India from here. When they go to yatra. At the same time, they also make a plan to go and visit their family members. But their main purpose of going to yatra is not this one, secondary one of visiting family members. It is go to yatra. As they go to the yatra, which is primary focus, they also do the visiting of the relatives and families and friends and so forth as a secondary thing. There's an additional benefit of doing this. It is avantara palam. Avantara palam. It's avantara palam. Avantara palam means it is not primary. It's amukyam. Mukyam means important, principle. Amukyam means it's not so very important. It's a secondary, avantara palam, a secondary palam, secondary benefit. Therefore, when one pray to Krishna, some of these things also comes. Name, fame, prestige, respect, all those things come. But one should not settle down in those secondary amukya palam, avantara palam. One should not settle down on the secondary palam, but one has to focus back again of primary benefit of doing Krishna consciousness is simply to serve Krishna, to please Krishna. I should not get caught with appreciation, praising, and followers and disciples and likings and dislikings and all those things that comes in many things in that forms. So that comes by itself, but our focus is not that. But anyway, it comes. Likewise, over here, when one performs Krishna consciousness, one performs the puja, there are certain benefits also happens. But there's a problem with this approach. What's the problem? If we agree there's a primary palam and also secondary palam, Gopis, we know how sincere and dedicated and great devotees of the Lord. If we say that in that context, then here, as per this Pasuram, that means Gopis are also interested in primary palam, also on the secondary palam. What's the primary palam? Spiritual benefit, Krishna Anubhava. That's the primary palam, Mukhya palam. Whereas the secondary benefit, rain, good crops and good milk and wealth and prosperity, healthy life, etc. Amukhya palam, material benefit. That means here looks like the Gopis are very much interested in both Mukhya palam and Amukhya palam, secondary one and primary one. We see, we go to work. We try to go to work and we earn money, we eat, we sleep, we serve the family, we serve the society, etc. We think that has to be something related to material things. Whatever I said now, it's all related to the material thing. Whereas getting up in the morning, chanting, doing the deity worship, going to the temple, reading Srimad Bhagavatam, listening to Tiruppavai, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, reciting slokas. These are all Krishna consciousness. We segregate these two things. After 6 o'clock, I'm off from this call because I have my duty to do. I have to go to work, get ready, so forth. That is separate. Whereas until 6 o'clock, I'm a devotee, wearing dhoti, kurta, everything, sitting and listening to Tiruppavai. This is something different, and that is something different. But for the gopis, it is not this is something different, that is something different. Both are one and the same. Both are Krishna consciousness. They don't separate this as material activity, this is spiritual activity. For them, both are Krishna consciousness. Whether you go to temple or whether you go to work, whether you're milking the cow or whether you're chanting the name of God, it's all Krishna consciousness. That is a level of bhakti that they were in, the gopis were in. For example, if we have to go to the temple and we have to do some service at the temple, we need to have food. Why we need to have food? Because we have to have nourish our body. Our body should have some energy. Energy comes from food. Therefore, we need to have food. If I need food, what should I do? Well, food doesn't come for free. I have to do some activities. I have to work. Work means who's not going to give you a job unless you are not educated. Therefore, we have to go to school. If you have to go to school, again, we have to study a lot of things. So if you have to study, that means you have to have proper sleep and rest. You have to sleep, you have to study, and you have to go to school. You have to find successfully pass the school and then find a job, do the job, get the money, buy the ingredients, cook the food, eat. And then after you eat, when you're feeling better, then you have energy, go to the temple and do the service. This is how we are all functioning. This is how we are all functioning. Whereas the great soul like Andal and Alvar, their way of thinking is so very different. The great soul do not think, go to the process that I just explained now. That is not their program. They do those things, but that's not the way that they do those things. For them, the food, unnum sorum, parugu neerum, thinnum vettalayum, ellam kannane. It is said in one of the Pasuram that for them everything is Krishna. There is nothing, they don't differentiate Krishna from the activities. For them, they see Krishna in everything that they do. They only do for Krishna. They enjoy doing what they do. For that, we need food, right? For them, the food is Krishna. They eat Krishna. Really, they eat Krishna. By eating Krishna means they consume Krishna, means they are chanting Krishna's name. They hear Krishna Katha. This is their food. They get Shakti from hearing and chanting, not by eating all palatable food. The palatable food takes care of only the body, not the Atma. If Atma is taken care, everything is taken care nicely, in properly. And one need to rest. The great souls also rest. The Arvas and the saints, they also rest by talking Krishna. In the sleep also, in the yoga, they are in yoga thinking about Krishna. They do not sleep like us. They don't sleep, making big sounds while sleeping, disturbing the neighbors also. They don't do that one. They are in yoga nitra. They always think, even while sleeping, about Krishna. For that, one has to have long life. For them, long life means, again, thinking about Krishna 24 by 7. By thinking about Krishna 24/7, their arogyam. Arogyam means health. They are very healthy. They don't have sugar problem. They don't have liver problem. They don't have knee problem. They don't have any problem. Why? Because they are healthy. The healthy is because Vaidyo Narayana Harihi. The best medicine physician is Narayana. They are always in connection with Narayana. They are always in connection in Krishna consciousness. Therefore, their arogyam is also taken care, longevity is taken care, their sleep is taken care, their food is taken care. They don't differentiate between Mukhya and Amukhya. For them, both are Krishna consciousness. This is how gopis are, by the way, and that is not how we are all. For us, is two different things. For them, is two, or there's no two things, it's one and the same, it's all Krishna consciousness. That is how Andal and everyone were. Then how can Andal sing like this, expecting material benefits? That's where the question is. Periyavachan Pillai is again coming back to the point. How can then one can pray in that way? So for that, it is said that for devotees, Keshava is everything. Even if one gets the wealth of the world, they think even if they get the wealth of the world, it is compared to the dust particle. It is nothing where nowhere compared to Krishna. That is why I earlier quoted a particular pasuram, Unnum Soru, Parugu Neer, Thinnum Vettalayum, Ellam Kannane. Unnum Soru means to nourish our body. And Parugu Neer means we need some energy to walk and do things. So therefore, water is also important to keep us life prana going. Prana should go on. So we need water to drink, and then we need food. So our organs can function well. And then tinnum vethalayum. Vethalayum means bitter leaves, the leaves. That is for enjoyment. Whether it's for enjoyment, whether it's for nourishment, whatever it may be, for them, it is all Krishna. It's all Krishna. Not only the objects are Krishna for them, even the relationship that they consider is all Krishna consciousness. It's all Krishna. Um, Husband, wife, mother, father, daughter, son, friend, sister, brother, uncle, aunt, guru. You just name all those different relationships. For us, for me, this person is my father. This person is my mother. This person is my sister. That person is my wife. This is my daughter. That is my son. Every relationship that I have is dedicated to one person. Whereas for the great soul, Mata Narayana, Pita Narayana, Sugrudit Narayana, for them, it is not different people. Every relationship that they have is Krishna. Father cannot become mother, mother cannot become father, wife cannot become husband, husband cannot become wife, but Krishna can become father, Krishna can become husband, Krishna can become mother, Krishna can become friend, Krishna can also become your enemy if someone is interested to have an enemy in their life. Therefore, Krishna is the only personality, only one to whom we can have all kind of relationship that we can think of. Krishna can also be our child. So you can have any relationship that we want. How can we know this one? When Sumantra in Ramayana has a beautiful thing to quote here. In Sumantra, when he was ready to depart, leaving Rama, Lakshmana, and Sita and Guha, Singhaberapuram, he was asking, what is the message that you all have for me to deliver to Dasaratha when I return back? He asked this question. And then Rama said something. Sita was crying. She couldn't say anything. She was just crying of this, seeing the situation. And he returned to Lakshmana. And he asked Lakshmana, is there a message for your dad? And Lakshmana said, I don't have any message for my father, but I have a message for King Dasaratha. What? King Dasaratha is your father. Father is King Dasaratha. But this is what Lakshmana said. I don't have any message for my father, but I have an important message for Dasaratha. And then Sumantra was asking, what is that message? Aham twan maharaje pitrutvam na upalakshaye bhrata bharta cha bandhu cha pita cha mama raghavah. Bhrata bharta cha bandhus cha pita cha mama raghavah. Please go and tell, he is no more my father. Dasaratha is now my father. Dasaratha is not my father. Dasaratha is not my, Ayodhya is not my place to live. It is only Brata, Bharta, Bandhu, Pita, Mama, my father, my brother, my relative, my everyone is Mama Raghava. Rama is my father. Rama is my brother. Rama is everything for me. Go and tell this message to him. When Dasaratha heard this message, he became so very happy. He said that I am so proud to have Lakshmana as my son than having Rama. That is a mood that Dasaratha was appreciating how Lakshmana, Twameva Mata cha Pita Twameva, Bandhusta Shaka Tvam Eva. Gandhari speaks the same thing to Krishna. She turns to Krishna and says, Krishna, Tvam Eva Mata cha Pita cha Eva. Bandhu cha Sakatam eva. You are my friend, you are Mata, you are Pita, you are relative, you are everything. Pita to Mata tum Daitya Tanyastum, Priya Sukrutatvam eva Tom Mitra, Guru Rasiya. And again, in Alamandar has written a stotram called Stotra Ratna. It is there. He also says the same thing. And a well-known from Bhagavad Gita, Pitasya Lokasya Characharasya, Tomasya Pujasya Gurur Gariyan. Arjuna says in the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita that, my dear Lord, you are Pita. You are the father of this loka. This loka. You are the Acharya. You are Guru. You are everything for me. He just speaks the same thing. But coming back to our original question, then why Gopis Andal? Why Gopis praying for material benefit when they don't classify they don't differentiate between the secondary and primary and the secondary benefit, Mukhyam and Amukhyam? Then why are they praying for material benefit? Here is where Periyavachan Pillai gives a final answer. The answer is they are not praying for themselves, but they are praying for the people of that village. So one can always pray for others. This is why in our practices we always request the other devotees, can you please pray for me? Prabhu, Mataji, can you please pray for me? Because our prayer doesn't have any effect. It doesn't have any impact. But other devotees pray, Krishna will be very happy to answer their prayers than we directly praying to Krishna. So we should request the devotees to pray. Therefore, Gopikas over here, they prayed தீங்கின்றி நாடெல்லாம் திங்கள் மும்மாறி பெய்து ஓங்கு பெருஞ்சென்னலோடு கயலுகல பூங்குவலை போதில் பொடிவண்டு கண் படுப்ப தீங்காதே புக்கிருந்து சீற்றமலை பற்றி வாங்க. They prayed, but they did not pray for themselves. They were praying for the people in the village of Gokula. Therefore, that prayer is accepted. Most of them are not very inclined. And why even she has to pray for material benefit for others? That's another question Periyavachan Pillai is asking. Why even they have to pray for someone else like this? The answer is, well, not everyone can become devotees. Not everyone can become Krishna consciousness. Even if you become Krishna conscious, not everyone is going to take up very seriously and start getting up in the morning, 4 o'clock, and get ready and sit and join the call and listen to Tiruppavai or sit together and chant together and attend Mangalarti. Not everyone is going to do this. Not everyone is strictly going to follow. I'm going to only eat prasadam that is offered to Krishna. Whenever I go out, I'll take the chips packet. I'll go to some restaurant and then ask them to vegetarian restaurant, ask them to not put onion and garlic and make something in the mind I will eat offered to Krishna. There are different grades of devotees. Not everyone is going to become so serious. Therefore, understanding the level of the devotees, we have to fan, like it is said, fan the spark very gradually, very slowly, so that they don't, their desire to become Krishna consciousness does not get put off. We are here to help others to grow in Krishna consciousness, not to drive them away from Krishna consciousness. It's the same mood of Gopikas over here. They know that the people, the elders of the Gokula, that they're not as great devotee as they are. They are beginners. Therefore, they need material benefit, job security, family security, and then they want good health. The children should grow well, nicely in education, etc., etc. They are interested in all this material benefit. If we go and tell them, stop all those things, don't show your interest in children, in family, and going to job, and don't do anything. Just simply sit and chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. They will tell goodbye, see you. They're not going to come to next day to the temple, next day to attend this program, right? Therefore, we have to understand it's going to take time for some people. For some people, it may be very fast. Some people, so it may be very, very just moment. You go and tell them, Prabhu, why don't you take up Krishna consciousness? Sir, why don't you take up Krishna consciousness? This Durlabha Manushya Janmam, the life is very rare. Human life is very rare. This is a chance given to you. This life, why don't you make it serious? And that person, what should I do now, Prabhu? Sir, what should I do now? Take this chanting back. Now you chant every day and dedicate yourself in service of Krishna. And I will do that. There could be some special souls who can accept this one. Accept something. Some people, how much ever you give lecture, how much ever you talk to them, it's they're very slow. But that does not mean that we ridicule them. This is a very important thing. We should not start judging and thinking that, look at this fallen soul. They have been coming for 10 years, 12 years, 13 years, still not initiated it, still not taken up things seriously. Well, everyone has their personal relationship with Krishna. Everyone has to go through certain conditions in their life. Therefore, for some people, it's going to take some time. Therefore, we should not ridicule people when they're not into the level of what we are. We should be very considerate, very compassionate towards everyone. So here, like Kamadenu, here's an example is given. Kamadenu, and then Chintamani, the money called Chintamani, touchstone, which can fulfill everything. Kamadenu, which can fulfill all the desires that we have. Katpavrchaka tree, desire tree, which can fulfill any desire. So you go to this desire tree or this Kamadenu, you ask anything for it, and it will give you. I need a latest and greatest car. I need a mansion in this particular subdivision. I need wealth. I need a handsome husband, beautiful wife, wonderful children. You can just name it, you will get it. But then you go and tell Kamadenu, I want you. Kamadhenu is going to laugh and say, sorry, excuse me, I can give myself. And Katpaka Vriksha's tree is going to tell, sorry, I'm going to stay in this place. You cannot take me. I cannot come with you. So they are not going to give themselves. That is how the Kamadhenu is, Katpaka Vriksha is, tree is, right? But then if you pray to the Lord, if we pray to the Lord, Lord can give you big house, wonderful family, wonderful children, security of life, good health, everything. It is like we can even get these things by going to any devatas or going to the Kamadhenu, going to the Katpaka Vriksha tree and Chintamani. We can go to any of this thing to get any of the material benefit. But when our bhakti increases, when we realize I've been asking all this day for that which benefits my body, my family, my relatives, my friends. Let me stop for a minute. Let me think. Whatever I got so far, my interest on those objects that I had 10 years back is no more. Whatever I had wanted 20 years back, that interest is no more on that particular object. My interest on the objects has changed, the interest has changed, and that has not given an everlasting happiness in my life. Therefore, what should I really ask to the Lord? Then this person comes to a realization rather than asking for any of this material benefits, material things, material object, which is going to be perished. I should ask for one thing which will never perish, which is going to be eternally with me, which is going to give me a complete anandam, complete bliss. What is that one that I need to ask? And this person comes to a realization, I should ask you, Krishna. I want you, Krishna. I don't want anything else. I simply want you. I don't want anything else. And when Krishna hears this statement, this prayer, now finally, this guy is praying for me. All these years, all this lifetime, all several lifetime, anadi kala janmam, not one lifetime, many lifetime. He always come to the temple, always ask, places some problem or the other, ask for solution, ask for the material benefit. I have been patiently standing there and giving him whatever he wanted, hoping that one day will come that he will stop asking any of these things and ask for me. And that day is come. For that day is to come, therefore, we have to gradually give an opportunity to people to grow. We cannot push them off to the well and they're going to get, as they say in English, they get fried and run away from Krishna consciousness, run away from bhakti. They will say, these people are too much. This is not for me. Therefore, Andal, understanding the condition of the people of Gokula, she was praying for their material welfare also, so that they can appreciate and their faith increases and they can become like the Gopis Bhakti, their unalloyed Bhakti. They will come for one point. Even in the Bhagavatam, we can see the Sandipani Muni. Sandipani Muni being a guru of Krishna, what did he do? At the end, after the Gurukula was over, Krishna and Balarama was asking, is there anything, what can I, as a Guru Dakshana, Sambhavana, Guru Dakshana, what can we do for you? Here is an opportunity for the Guru of Krishna to ask whatever he wants. The best thing that he could have asked is, Krishna, give me moksha at your lotus feet, eternal service at your lotus feet. This is what he could have asked, and he would have been done. Not only he, his wife would have been delivered also. Easy. But then interestingly, he asked for a lost child because their child was lost. He was asking, I lost my child. I need my child. Krishna smiled. Krishna smiled. Internally, he was thinking, my God, I am here giving an opportunity to ask for something, and you could have made use of an asking me, or me means moksha, to attain me. You are asking for or a child. Krishna understood. Well, he is still not there yet. So Krishna took that order and got the child back to Sandipani Muni, so that Sandipani Muni from that level can go to the next level of becoming unalloyed devotee. So we can read some Bhagavatam. Dadi Panda. Dadi Panda is another story where the yogurt seller, so he got mukti also. He was not a guru for Krishna, but he attained mukti. The fruit seller got attained mukti. Chintayanti is another gopi who attained mukti. They are all not learned like Sandipani. Whereas Sandipani, though he was learned, he was asking for the lost child. Therefore, everyone is different. Just because we have learned everything, not necessary we are great devotees. Though we might have learnt everything, our level of bhakti could be on a beginner stage also. Whereas some people will be there who they've learnt nothing, but their level of bhakti will be completely surrendered. I'm just surrendered. Let Krishna take off anything and everything. I'm not worried for anything in my life. And then now the question comes: uh, how come Andal praying or Gopikas praying is going to benefit Goloka people, the people in Goloka? This is I already explained and answered. Because the devotees' prayers are very strong, Krishna will answer. Krishna will answer. Because those village people are in relationship with gopis. They are related to gopis. Krishna, whoever related to the devotee, Krishna will also take care of the relatives. Relatives means anyone who have a relationship, any relationship. If one person become dedicated in Krishna consciousness, became a devotee, his father, his mother, his brother, his sister, even the relatives, even the friends, everyone get benefited because somehow or the other these people are having some touch, some relation with the devotee. Therefore, Krishna also showers his mercy, anugraha, and compassion towards those relatives also. That is one reason. That's one reason. Therefore, it is very important to stay in connection of devotees because we are not devotees anyway. We can say we can say that we are all devotees, but we know what our level of bhakti is. Therefore, we have to consider the other person is a great devotee, not me. That person is a great devotee, and let me have an association of that person. When we connect to the devotees, other devotees association, then we are safe. We are safe. Why? Without even our prayer, without even anyone's prayer, Krishna says, okay, he is friend of my devotee. Therefore, I have to take care of him. I will, like in Ramayana. Ramayana is ultimate. You can get answer for everything in Ramayana. Vibhishana left Lanka and then he came to the seashore. When he came, he did not come alone. He did not come alone. He came with four Rakshasas. There was only four people who supported Vibhishana and they were willing to come with Vibhishana and to take surrender to Rama. So Vibhishana came, four Rakshasas came. Who surrendered? Surrendered was one from Valmiki Ramayana, which very clearly says that we see only Vibhishana surrendered. Only Vibhishana surrendered. What about the four? Did they go and surrender individually? I am so and so number one. I am so and so number two. I am so and so number three. I am so and so number four. Please, I am also surrendering unto you, Ramachandra. Please take care of me. We never hear any slokas of these four Rakshasas surrendering. But Vibhishana surrendered. These four accompanied Vibhishana, and therefore Rama accepted Vibhishana's Sharanagati and also accepted the four Rakshasas as surrendered. He included into the package of Vibhishana Sharanagati. He did not ask him, hey, come on, I didn't hear your Sharanagati. Come and do surrender. He didn't tell that Rama, because Vibhishana surrendered and these four are related to Vibhishana, he also delivered those four also. That is one reason. So we have to have connection with the devotees. Number two is the qualification is Anasuya way. Anasuya means these people of the villages, the village people, the people in the village of Gokula, they are not envious towards Krishna. Like uh, in the ninth chapter of Bhagavad Gita, in the very first sloka, Krishna say, "Idam tu te guhyatamam pravakshami anusuyave." Anusuyave. He says that I am going to tell you this most confidential knowledge to you. Why? Because Arjuna, you're never envious of me. You are never envious of me. This is another qualification that to get the Krishna Anugraham, Krishna's mercy, one should be free of envious nature towards Krishna and towards Krishna's devotee. And that is all about this slokas. Now we are going to see some deeper meaning of this sloka. Oongi Ulagalanda Uttaman Perpadi. Now it's going to take little extra time this morning. Again, apologize. It's an ocean. There's a lot to share and time is less. I'm very bad in managing time, unfortunately. So I will continue speaking. And those who want to leave, please feel free to leave. And you can catch up with the recording later. Excuse me. Thank you. So, Oongi Ulagalanda Uttaman Perpadi. Oongi Ulagalanda Uttaman. Oongi Ulagalanda means what avatar is that? Oongi Ulanda means one who grew bigger, huge size. And then he started measuring the worlds. It's obvious. Vamana Dev's avatar, Trivikrama avatar. Vamana, who came begging for 3 foot steps of land. So then when Bali Maharaj was ready to give that one, he grew such a huge, he became so huge, and he started measuring for the 3 steps. Why Vamana? Because Vamana relieves the flow of water. Is when he raises the foot, it went pierced all the planetary system, went up and pierced open the sky when the water came down. Therefore, the prayer is to get water. Parijanyam. Here, what does it say? Oongi Ulakalanda Uttaman Pair Party, Nangalam Pavaki Chartani Radina, Tingindi Nada, Tingle Mumari Ped. That's the word I was looking for. Tingle Mumari Ped. They are praying for getting water. Water means rain. Therefore, where that water comes, Vamana raised his foot and then pierced the sky and water fell down. Therefore, Vamana avatar has been praised. Parijanya Deva is Vamana himself, the rain god. So rain comes. Oongi means grew so big that he can easily hear to anyone. Anyone wants some support, some help to be saved. He is so big that he can hear anyone. Ulahalanda Perumal. Ulahalanda Perumal. There is a deity called Ulahalanda Perumal in southern part of India. Anyway, so Vamanadev, what happened is Bali Maharaj took away the entire kingdom of the Indra's kingdom, and Indras were homeless now. They were Indras and all the devatas were homeless, having the board in their hand, standing near the signals. Homeless, please, God bless you, give me something. They were standing like that. Aditi, his mother, were very in depressed mood, and she prayed, and somehow the Lord was pleased by the prayer, and the Lord said, I will appear as your son, and Vamanadev appeared. And then immediately after the birth, after all the samskara that took place for Vamanadev, and he went to Bali Maharaj, and Bali Maharaj was so very impressed to see this little cute, beautiful boy. So he was so beautiful to see this boy, fully shaved, having shika, very short, nice complexion, and having a kamandalu in his hands with the umbrella in his another hand. And he was just walking and coming in front of a Brahmana boy, coming in front of Bali Maharaj. And Bali Maharaj was asking, what can I do for you? Because Bali is very much into dharmic, doing charity for Brahmana. He said, what can I do for you? And he said that I want 3 footsteps of land. And he started laughing. Bali Maharaj started laughing, saying, it's like you're going to the Katpaka Vriksha, you're going to the Kamadhenu and asking for lollipop. Asking for a lollipop. You can ask a lollipop industry if you want, but why one lollipop you're asking? Why only 3 lollipop you're asking? Why? I can get you married to a beautiful girl. I can give you plenty of villages. I can make you a king. I can give you hundreds and thousands of cows. I can give you multiple bags full of gold coins. Ask for anything more. And then Vamana Dev said, I am satisfied with what I have. I'm satisfied with minimal thing. If you can just give me 3 steps of land, I'll be very, very happy and will be grateful for you. Look at this very important thing. The Lord is going and begging to someone. What a necessity for him to beg to someone. He doesn't need to beg. Therefore, he is Uttaman. Uttaman is a very important thing, Uttaman. But then before we get into the Uttaman thing, here is little more details here. When Vamana Dev was ready to go, as he was going, who resides in the heart of the Vamanadev, who resides in the heart of the chest of the Mahavishnu, Sri Lakshmi, Sri Mahalakshmi. She never gets separated from the Lord's chest. She always resides in the heart. Therefore, the Lord was it's a beautiful conversation. In the commentaries we can see that the Lord is asking Mahalakshmi, my dear Devi, can you please for some time be away from my chest so I'm going to be a brahmachari. Brahmachari means should not have any girl relationship with girls. And therefore, can you please go out of my chest and I go finish my project with Bali Maharaj and come back and then you can come and sit on my chest. And Lakshmi Devi said, come on, I can't do that. Not a moment I can be away from you. I will never, whether you are a sannyasi, even if you are a sannyasi, I'm not going to leave you and go. Mahalakshmi, I will not leave you and go. And then the problem is, then Mahavishnu said, okay. Then Vamana said, okay, then I'll put a chadar on top of me, a deer skin on top of me to hide you. I can hide you and go. And Mahalakshmi, no. You're not going to hide me. If you're going to hide me, my vision will be blocked. So you cannot hide me. And the Lord is afraid if he is going to hide Mahalakshmi, then her kataksham, her glance upon Bali Maharaj will bless him and Vamana Dev cannot do what he wants to do. Therefore, he was very particular to cover Mahalakshmi who was sitting on her chest. He was just saying what to do. And Mahalakshmi said, you cannot cover me, you cannot. You see, then Vamana Dev, somehow the other convinced her, saying that, listen, Devi, you are my consort. You're in Antapuram. Antapuram means is a very special place in my heart. Antapuram means very special for the for the princess or the queen. Not anyone and not anyone and everyone can go to that place of queen, right? It will be covered always with some curtain, with some doors and things like that. You are in my Antapuram, in my heart. Therefore, I definitely have to cover. Do you agree or not? And Mahalakshmi, oh yeah, you are right. I'm in your heart, in your Antapuram. It has to be covered. Yeah, yeah, you can cover. Then the Lord covered her and went and successfully did his program of getting the 3 footsteps of land. When he did this one, he only asked for 3 foot. You could have just put 1 foot up above and then 1 down, 1 planet up, 1 planet down. That is 1 planet up and 1 planet down. That could have been enough for him to do. But what he did is he measured not only 1 planet up, 1 planet down, he measured Bhuloka, Bhuvar, Swarga, Mahara, Jana, Tapa, Satyaloka. He measured all this one. And likewise, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patala. He measured everything. The commentator is asking why he has to do that. Because if I only measure the 1 up and 1 down, tomorrow someone will come and tell the one above that one is mine. The one below this one is mine. Why to even give chance to people in future to come and tell something belongs to them? So the Lord wants to make sure everything belongs to him. Nothing is left out. There is nothing exists in the world which does not belong to me. And then he measured, and before the measure also it is said he was, when we're giving a charity, you have to pour some water in someone's hat, chant some mantra, and then give. When the drop of water from Bali Maharaj was given to Vamanadev, that water was dropping, little water was dropping from the palm, the gaps of the palm to the ground. And then by the time the foot went up and Brahma was sitting there and watching, oh, who is this uninvited guest? And then he understood it's the lotus feet of the Lord. And the water pierced, and which the drop came from the pierced sky, and the water came from the pot of Brahma. There are 3 drops of water. Water from the Kamandalu, where on the level of Bali Maharaj, between Bali Maharaj and Vamanadev, the water drop which pierced from the lotus feet of the Lord, and the water drop came from the Kamandalu of Brahma. All the three drops fell at the same time to the ground. Same time to the ground. That means just imagine the Leela took place in a matter of second. How he went there, how he grew immediately, how took everything over. It's quite amazing avatar, Trivikrama avatar. Vamana is one avatar, Trivikrama is another avatar. It is not one and the same avatar, it's different avatars, by the way. And therefore, is Uttaman. Uttaman means, here we have to understand there are categories. Priyavachan Pillai gives a category of 4 categories of human being, people in the world. Well, Adama Adhaman, Adama Adhaman, another one is Adhaman, another one is Madhyaman, another one is Muttaman, Uttaman. So here what Andal says, he is not Adama Adhaman, he is not Adhaman, he is not Madhyaman, he is Uttaman. What is Adama Adhaman? The Adama Adhaman is those people who does evil to those people from whom they got help from. You help someone, and this person, you help someone, and that person takes all the help from you. That's okay if he doesn't do good for you, but he will do bad thing to you. After taking help from you, he will do bad thing to you. That is Adama Adaman, that type of person. Adaman means one who does not give anything in return after getting something. He doesn't do bad thing for you, but he takes everything from someone, takes all kind of help from that person. But in return, he will never have any gratitude. He will not do anything to that person. Adaman, Periyavachan Pillai, he also gives, Adaman is also a category of people who lives their life on the expense of others, cost of others. They don't do anything, they live their life in expense of others. Now, Madhyaman means one who help is based on the help that they receive. If you help me, I will help you. If you help me to find a job, I will help you to find a job. If you're given me a loan of $100, I can give you a loan of $100, not $101. You gave me 100, I'll give you 100. I'll help you. That's Madhyaman. What about Uttaman? It's a great thing. One who does good to others without expecting anything in return. I'm helping someone, I'm doing something to others, but not that that person is going to help me in the future. And Periyavachan Pillai goes to another extreme of explaining who's with the Uttaman, is he says that one who feels that others should live comfortably, happily, even at the expense of one's own comfort. That is Uttaman. I can suffer, but I don't want others to suffer. I can go through all difficulties in my life, but I don't want others to go through any difficulties in my life. I can sacrifice my happiness. I can sacrifice anything. If others are happy, I am happy. That is called Uttaman. And here, what is Oongi Ulahalanda Uttaman? Therefore, Vamana is Uttaman. Why? Because he took a role of a beggar. And he also hid Mahalakshmi. Mahalakshmi is so very close to him. He hid her, he begged, and to just for one reason, to fulfill the prayers of his devotee. Aditi, Indra, they're all devotees, right? So he only for the reason, one reason, he want to fulfill the devotee's prayer. Therefore, he went to the extreme of even compromising his own dignity, own position. He became a beggar and started begging to the Lord. Uttaman are also those who always feel that I can do more for this person, but this is all I did. It's just shame on me. I could be doing more for the other person. I cannot do much more than this one. What a shame on me. So how can we understand that Krishna is Uttaman, Vamanadev is Uttaman, Trivikama is Uttaman? We can learn from Mahabharata. Mahabharata, when Krishna was ready to leave and go, finish his pastime and go, and then he had one unfulfilled desire. Even Krishna has, I have a lot of unfulfilled desire. I wanted to become so and so. I want to become this one. I want to have my life in this way. Now I already this much age. Oh my God, I was not happy at all. I'm not at all happy in my life because many of the things in my life in these years was not fulfilled. Even at the death of time of death, I'll be thinking the same thing. Oh, I wish I could have had a nice life, but I feel that my life is not fulfilled with my desires. So many unfulfilled desires are there, right? So Krishna also had an unfulfilled desire when he was departing from this material world back to his spiritual world. What is that unfulfilled desire? And Krishna was telling that, look, one thing I am not satisfied, I'm still not paid back, is when for one thing that Draupadi has done. What Draupadi did? What Draupadi did when she raised her both arms and called out Shank Chakra Gada Padma Dwaraka Nilayachyuta Pundarika Rakshamam Sharanam Gatim. Shanku Chakra Gada Padma Gada Pane, Shanku Chakra Gada Pane Dwaraka Nilayachyuta. Oh, Shanku Chakra, Shankachari, Gadadhari, Chakradhari, who lives in Dwaraka, Nilayachyuta, oh Achyuta, Pundarikaksha, the beautiful lotus-eyed one, you Rakshamam, Sharanagati, I surrender at your lotus feet. Please, you are Rakshamam. You have to save me. Look, Draupadi called me Govinda, 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 Govinda. She called me Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. For that one name that she called me, I have not paid back her yet. I am not satisfied with that. Therefore, he is Uttaman. Therefore, he is Uttaman. Uttaman always feel no one is doing anything. Does not Uttaman does not feel that no one is doing anything for me. He feels what can I do for others. Whereas Adaman is other way around. Adaman is what. Why is not anyone is respecting me? Why is not anyone is doing anything to me? I have not been taken care. I have not been treated as part of this congregation. I am not doing any of. No one comes and say Hare Krishna to me. No one sends me prasadam. No one. I am just left alone. Whereas Uttaman is, they don't worry about how they've been taken care. They worried about how I can take care of other devotees, how I can treat others well, how can I get engaged in other services. That is Uttaman. These are the things that we have to learn as a practicing devotees. Otherwise, we'll be Adaman for rest of our life and continue again chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra when we take another birth and life goes on, life after life after life after life. We have to change our behavior. We have to change our consciousness. We have to change our character. We have to do some changes. We have to show our changes in our behavior. It's very important. Otherwise, we are adhamas. Therefore, Uttaman. Another meaning is given over here is of the Purushas, Uttama Purusha in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, which is called Purushottama Yoga. It is said there are 5 types of Purushas. Apurusha, Purusha, Utpurusha, Uttara Purusha, Uttama Purusha. These are 5 Purushas. Let's understand one more time. Apurusha means the matter which is achit, matter which does not, is non-sentient entities are called apurusha. It is not purusha, it is not sentient being, it is non-sentient being, it is achit, they are called apurusha. Purusha, where just Purusha, remove the A and that becomes Purusha. Purushas are, we are all Purushas, we are all conditional entities, living entities. We go through our karma and vasana, life after birth, we go through life after life, Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi, we go through all those things. Therefore, we are all Purushas. Utpurusha means among us, among the conditioned soul, souls which got liberated, Mukta Atmas, those who got one point of time they were affected by karma, but they are no more now. They got liberated. They are in the spiritual world. They are called Utpurusha. Uttara Purusha. Uttara Purusha means there are living entities, there are beings, personalities who are never ever affected by karma vasanas. They are Nitya Atmas, eternally liberated souls like Vishwakshena, Anantasesha, Garuda. All those are Nitya Atmas, the eternally liberated soul in the spiritual world. So Apurusha is matter, Purusha is conditioned soul, Utpurusha is liberated soul, Uttara Purusha is eternally liberated soul. And among all these four, who controls all these four, who controls Apurusha, Purusha, Utpurusha, Uttara Purusha. All these four are controlled by that one Purusha called Uttama Purusha, that is Krishna. Uttama Purusha. This is what explained in the 15th chapter also. Therefore, Oongi Ulagalanda Uttaman. So far, we are on the first line, half past. Pair party. What are we supposed to do? Pair party means let's chant the name of Krishna. Let's chant the name of that Uttaman who measured the world, Uttama Purusha. Instead of saying Uttamanai party, this is an important grammatical thing. Uttamanai party would have been sufficient enough. That means let's sing the Lord. Rather than saying let's glorify the Lord, rather than telling let's glorify the Lord, it says Uttaman Per Padi. Let's glorify the name of the Lord. This is very important for all of us, especially practicing Krishna consciousness. That means greater than Uttaman is Uttaman's pair. Uttaman's name is greater than Uttama. The name of the person is greater than the person himself. Uttamane Katilum Uttamanin pair uyarndadu. As it is said in Tamil, the name of the Lord is greater than the name, the Lord, the person himself, the Lord himself. The importance of Nama Sankirtana is mentioned in this Pasuram. It's like Periyavachan Pillai is comparing Krishna to be a raw gold. A raw gold. You know, you go to the shop or you go to the gold mine, you find raw gold, right? Krishna is like a raw gold, whereas Krishna's name is like ornaments. what people like to take to the parties and marriages, they don't take all the raw golds and show into the people, right? They make the raw gold into beautiful earrings, nose ring, and bangles and necklace and all those different anklets and different anklets. Gold doesn't go into the anklet, by the way. Under the hip, we should not bear gold under the waist. That is not recommended. I told it by mistake. Anyway, so people wear all this gold ornaments. Ornaments is appreciated more than the raw itself. So no one decorate themselves with the raw gold. They wear ornaments. Likewise, God's name is greater than the Lord himself. Even how great it is, even the non-believers of the God, they don't believe in God. The atheist does not believe in God. They reject the Lord, but then they believe in the name. How do we know that? We can know that because they say, what do they say? Krishna is liar. Krishna is a thief. Krishna is a womanizer. Krishna is a magician. Krishna is bogus. Krishna is not God. So they say everything, but they're telling the name of God. They don't believe in God, but they believe in the name of God. They said Krishna, 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 Krishna. They chant Krishna's name so many times. Therefore, the holy name is greater than the Lord himself. To chant the name, one does not require any qualification, any eligibility. It doesn't require anything. Simply have to open the mouth. That is the only ability one should have. If you can open the mouth, that is a qualification one has to chant Krishna, Vamana, Mukunda, Trivikrama, Madhava, Keshava. All you have to do is just open the mouth and utter that word. That is all the qualification is need. It is so very great. So it is said that in the Hari Vamsa, it is said Veda Ramayane Chaiva Harivamsecha Bharata Ado Madhye Tateivante Arihi Sarvatra Giyate. Whether you read, whether you analyze and read Vedas, whether you analyze and read Ramayana, whether you analyze and read Bharatam or Harivamsa or any of the scriptures, in the starting, in the middle, at the end, what has been said is Harihi Sarvatra Giyate. The name of Hari is being chanted in the starting, middle, and end. There is nothing else than that. Naham tishtami vaikunte yoginam hridayeshuva madbhakta yatra gayanti tatra tishtati narada. Tishtanti Narada. Tishtami Narada. So is another sloka where it says, I am resided in the place where my name is being chanted. Harir doshe nidir raja nasti eko mahan gunah ketanad eva krishnasya mukta sangha param vrajayate. In Kali Yuga especially, the best way to attain the Lord's mercy is by chanting Nama Sankirtana. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. There are a lot of things that we can talk about this particular word of Uttaman Per Padi. Let's move on to the second line. Nangal, we are going to go faster now. Do not be very concerned about in this range. We are going to go to 10 o'clock. No, we will not. We will try to speed up now. Nangal nam paavaikku chaatru neer aadinal. நாங்கள் நம் பாவைக்கு சாற்று நீர் ஆடினால். Now நாங்கள் means they're telling to themselves, now we as mean why she's saying நாங்கள் here is we don't know anyone else other than Krishna. Krishna is the gati. Krishna is all for us. Krishna is the only shelter for us. We don't have any other place to go. Nangal, such a people, nam pavai, we are worshipping this pavai, this noble, this fasting, to get simply the mercy of Krishna to be our husbands. And while we are doing this one, the secondary benefit of getting rain, getting harvested of crops, and getting plenty of milk are all secondary benefits. By itself it will come. So when we are doing any services, any karma, we need to know the artha. Artha means the purpose of why we are doing this one. If we don't know why we are doing that, then it's not going to be a great benefit to us. For example, we can take an example from the Bhagavatam, where the Rishi Patnis, they were all doing yagyas. But then when the opportunity came to them, knocking their door to directly get engaged in the service of Krishna, they closed the door. They closed the door. And when the Patnis, Rishi Patnis, when their doors were knocked, they wide open, they went to Krishna. But they didn't have any education, unlike their husbands. Here is why it's very important when we are practicing devotees, we need to know the purpose why we are practicing all these things. If we don't understand and appreciate the purpose and whatever we are practicing, one day it will stop. Therefore, the jnana, the knowledge is very, very important. The jnana comes in the association of the devotees, and by hearing to Srimad Bhagavatam, by hearing Bhagavad Gita, by hearing great literatures like Tiruppavai, therefore, we can cultivate that knowledge. I am not doing for the sake of doing. For this reason, I am doing. To please Krishna, I am doing. I'm eternally now I'm eternally conditioned soul. But my but my real nature is I am servant of Krishna. I am simply servant of Krishna. I'm slave of Krishna. I belong to Krishna. Krishna, however he wants me to do with my life, he can do. This is the consciousness. In this consciousness, we have to chant, we have to do our services, we have to read Srimad Bhagavatam, we have to hear lectures, we have to give lectures. Everything is based on this particular concept. If we don't understand this one, whatever we are practicing, one fine day, we'll get bored, we'll get frustrated, we'll get tired, and then we'll give up finally and go away and go back to our bad behaviors, previous vasanas. Therefore, it is important that we practice this one. Nangal nam paveku chaatani radinal. I'm not going to go word by word this time. I'm going to go a little faster. Thingindri nadallam tingal mummari peidu. Thingindri means without any fault, without any evil. Thingindri nadellam. This whole world, the whole world will be without any danger. What are the three dangers? there are three things which one should be free of. What are the three things? There shouldn't be theft. The place that we are living, we should be free of theft. We should be free of drought. Any panjam, drought, in Tamil is called panjam. Drought, durbiksha. There should not be any earthquake or tornado or all those different things. None of those things should be there. And the third one is the city or the place should be free of vyadi. Vyadi means disease. So the theft should not be happen. There should not be any robbery. And then the explanation Periyavachan Pillai gives is amazing on this one. Thing means three things one should, of the biggest theft that we should be free of is Atma Apaharam. Atma Apaharam. Atma Apaharam means thinking this Atma belongs to me is the biggest theft that we all can do. I belong to myself, this Atma is mine. That means we have stolen the property of Krishna. Because what? This material world, this Prakriti belongs to Krishna. And the Jivatmas, not only Indian Jivatmas, whether you're Indian Jivatma, American Jivatma, Australian Jivatma, Russian, Sri Lankan, or whatever, Pakistani, or whatever it may be, every Atma belongs to Krishna. It's his property. Chitta and Achitta is a Sotta means property. It belongs to property of the Lord. Then what I am thinking is, as Atma, now I have this house. I have this place. I have this family. I am the king. I am the Lord. I belong to myself. I do not belong to anyone else. Swatantriyam. Thinking of myself to be mine. This Atma to be mine. This is the biggest theft that one can do in one's life. When we think I do not belong to Krishna, then we are a thief. We are a thief. In fact, there are details of this one. We don't have much time to go through these things, but in future we will see this one. And that is the meaning of Omkara as well. A, U, Ma. Ma represents Jivatma. A represents Paramatma, that is Vishnu. Akaratu Vishnu Vachaha. That means A represents Vishnu, Ma represents Jivatma, and U represents the slavery. That is Jivatma. The meaning of Omkara is Jivatma Ma is slave, that is U, of A, that is Krishna. Jivatma is eternally a slave of Krishna. That is the, in a very nutshell, again, this is big class by itself. In a very nutshell, Omkara means I am slave of Krishna. I am an eternal slave of Krishna. That is Omkaram. That is what it is said. If we don't have that understanding of what Om means, then I am a thief. And then moving on to the next one, Durbiksham. What's the second one we all have to be free of? Namaha. This is going to be easy because we already covered this in yesterday's presentation. That Namaha. Namaha means I do not, one is I do not, whatever I do not belong to me, whatever I'm doing is not to me, but it is for the pleasure of Krishna. If we don't have that idea, if our consciousness is not like that, we are in a big durbiksham, in a drought, in a problem. Thinking I am doing things for my own sake. That means we are droughted. We are drought. So we should be free of namaha. We have to mamakaram. We have to free of mamakaram. And the first one is we have to free of ahankaram. Ahankaram should be free. Otherwise, we'll become a thief. Mamakaram, we should be free of mamakaram. Otherwise, we'll be in drought. And the last one we also have to be free is of diseases. Diseases. The real disease that we all have is wanting to enjoy separate from Krishna. That is a disease that we have. Disease, big disease, is we want to enjoy separate from Krishna. Minus Krishna, I want to enjoy everything. That means we have forgotten Krishna. The forgetful nature is the biggest disease that we all have. Vyadi is that we have. Not understanding or not remembering Krishna is the only savior, is the only protector. He is our father, he is our mother, he is our friend, he is our relative, he is everything. Only he can give shelter and refuge unto me and save me and get me out of this world and give an eternal service at his lotus feet. If we forget all these things, we are diseased. Vyadi. This is a Vyadi. This is Tingindri. These three diseases will go away. Will go away when we chant the name of Oongi Ulagalanda Uttaman. When we chant the name of Oongi Ulagalanda Uttaman, when we do this with loudly, what happens is the three diseases will go away by chanting these things. Nadellam Tingal Mummari Pedu. Nadellam Tingal Mummari Pedu means the rain falls 3 times a month. in a right time without disturbing the lifestyle of people. Because when it rains, now we can see how it rains. We cannot do many things. It's just so disturbing. Our activities get disturbed. We get distracted by this rain. But then rain should be there. Rain is very important, but it has to pour in the right time, and it should not disturb the people daily lifestyle. So that type of rain is what is needed. தீங்கால் மும்மாரி பெய்து, தீங்கின்றி நாடெல்லாம் திங்கள் மும்மாரி பெய்து. Tingal Mummari Pedu. Again, the explanation is lot given about what does this Mummari Pedu means. We won't be going into such a details. I'll tell only one out of many explanations that's given for Mummari Pedu. One is how Arjuna, because this we can easily relate, how Arjuna was in completely depressed, distressed situation during the battlefield. He sat, he just gave up everything, and then he said 3 times he had problems. Krishna, within the Bhagavad Gita, 700 slokas, 3 times he was depressed. First time is in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 7th sloka, he says, Karpanya dosho pavata swabhavaha prachami tvam dharma samuda chetaha. He says that, my dear Lord, I don't know, I'm confused, I don't know what my duties are, I'm lost, I don't know what to do. Shreyasteham sadimam tvam prapannam. I surrender unto you. You please advise me what is right thing for me to do. This is the first surrender, first confusion. First time he get confused in Bhagavad Gita is this particular sloka. And the second time what he confused about what Krishna said was in the 16th chapter. In the 16th chapter, Deva Asura Vivaham, where Krishna is telling who's Devatas, who's Asuras. What are the qualities of Devatas? Devata means not Devatas, demigods. Those who have divine qualities. Okay, who are the people called devatas with the divine qualities? What are the divine qualities? Who are asuras? Who has asura qualities, not a divine quality, demonic qualities? Who are they? And then Arjuna, after hearing this one, he was sitting, oh my God, do I fall into the divine quality or demonic quality? Devi sampat vimokshaya nibandhaya sure mata. Ma suchaha. You see this one in this particular sloka in 16th chapter 5th sloka. Krishna says Ma suchaha. My dear Arjuna, but you don't be afraid. You don't get depressed. You don't worry about it. Ma suchaha sampadam devim. You fall into the divine qualities. You are falling into the devata qualities. You are not demon. Why? You have been listening for my lecture for 16 chapters. That means if you can sit and listen to my talk, Krishna saying, not I'm telling, Krishna is telling that if you are sitting listening to my talk past the given time, if it is 16th chapter, attentively you are hearing, giving up every other responsibility and duties, and you are so interested to hear, that means you have a divine quality. You cannot be demon. If demon, you would have logged off earlier. Again, I'm not offending everyone here. I'm just talking about what Krishna said. You could have logged off earlier and gone, well, it's just boring for me to hear what you're talking here. I'll just go away. And that's the second time. Second, Mari Mari. This is the second rain. The third rain is after hearing all this instruction that's been given to Arjuna. Now Arjuna is thinking, my God, what am I going to do? 18th chapter, what I'm going to do, what I need to really do here. Krishna spoke about Karma Yoga, Krishna spoke about Jnana Yoga, Krishna spoke about Bhakti Yoga. What am I really supposed to do? Krishna said, don't be confused. I'm giving you one simple answer now. Take that seriously. Sarvadharmana parityajya mam ekam saranam vraja aham tva sarva papebhya mokshayishyami ma suchaka. ஓங்கி உலகளந்த உத்தமன் பேர் பாடி நாங்கள் நம் பாவைக்கு சாட்டு நீர் ஆடினால் தீங்கின்றி நாடெல்லாம் திங்கள் மும்மாரி பெய்து ஓங்கு பெருஞ்சென்னலோடு கயல் உகல. We are going to speed up again, go into another gear, in the fourth gear. Now, ஓங்கி பெருஞ்செங்கல் கயல், what does it say? It's ஓங்கி உலகளந்த உத்தமன் பேர் பாடி நாங்கள் நம் பாவைக்கு சாட்டு நீர் ஆடினால் தீங்கின்றி நாடெல்லாம் திங்கள் மும்மாரி பெய்து ஓங்கு பெருஞ்செங்கல் சென்னல். It's so very difficult with English, trying to read Tamil in English. Uda kayal ugala. So she says that over there, this long grown paddies, and then you can see this beautiful fishes which is jumping and with joy, is running around and playing with joy, right? And what she's saying is that when I see this paddy that is grown this long, now I remember Vamana was grown that long. That means what she's saying, her mood is that whatever one sees, one sees Krishna in that one. When she's simply seeing a paddy that's grown, but she's seeing, what, this paddy's grown this long. That reminds me of Oongi Ulahalanga Uttaman, that Vamanadev Avataram. It's like that. This is also grown so big. They like how Prahlad saw everything, whatever he saw Krishna in that one. Therefore, Kayal means the fish. The fishes are the acharyas. Now we are coming to the deeper meaning, and please pay attention if you're still with me. So I'm not seeing who are all present here, the participations here, how many of you are still there and how many have left. I'm not worried about that part now. But whoever is here and whoever is going to listen later, please pay attention here. That is the fishes, Kayal Uhala. The fishes that mentioned here are the acharyas, are the gurus. They jump with joy when they see there are people who are interested to take up Krishna consciousness. There are people who are interested to surrender to Krishna, who are ready to perform Sharanagati. Those are the Kayalugala. Kayalugala means the ships. Whenever a person goes to Acharya, a conditioned soul approaches the Acharya, he jumps with joy because finally this person has come after wandering life after life after life after life. Finally is accepted, wanting to accept Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead. He want to take up Krishna consciousness. He want to surrender himself. Therefore he has come. Therefore when he sees, the Guru sees such a soul, they become Kayaluhala. Kayaluhala, they become so joyful. Punguvala. And then the Lord, Punguvala means the Lord who is lying and resting in peace. It's like the bee who's resting, closing his eyes and sleeping on the flower. Punguvala, Porivandu, Kanpaduppa, like how the bees lying and closing their eyes joyfully, happily. The Lord is relaxing and resting now. Why? Because the Lord is free now, because the acharyas are going to take care of these conditioned souls. The Lord does not have to worry about at this point, because the Lord tried taking avatar. The Lord has given scriptures. Lord has done so many things, but still there are remaining atmas in this world who doesn't want to come out of this world and go back to Vaikunta. So the Lord is now relaxed, completely relaxed. He thinks that I'm retired now. Why I'm retired? Because the acharyas are there, the gurus are there. They will make sure to bring this conditioned soul back to me. Now I can lie down and relax. I don't have to do anything. They will bring the souls back. தேங்காதே புக்கிருந்த சீத்த முளை பற்றி வாங்க. தேங்காதே. Now தேங்காதே புக்கிருந்த சீத்த முளை பற்றி வாங்க means just what we have to do is, when the cow is ready to milk, all we have to do is put the vessel, the container, right under the udder of the cow and just touch the cow, and then the cow will start pouring the milk. We just do not have to do anything for that matter. When the Sishya is coming towards the Acharya will kudam niraikum vallal perum pasukal. They become a vallal perum pasukal. Vallal perum pasukal means they become so very generous. So very generous, like the cows, huge cows of Gokula, where they start pouring and flood the Gokulam with milk. Likewise, when a disciple who have a desire to learn Bhagavad Gita, desire to learn Tiruppavai, desire to learn Krishna consciousness, when they know this one, they just pour their knowledge unto this disciple. Kudam niraikum vallal perum pasukal. They just flood the disciple with so much knowledge. That is why sometimes you ask a question, instead of just answering one question, they sometimes devotees go, acharyas, the gurus goes into giving many details for 1 hour. The class will be only for 10 minutes. The question would have been simply one answer question, but then they give speech for 30 minutes to answer that one word question with one answer. They give a 30 minutes answer. One might be thinking, what a boring answer, what a boring lecture this is. But we should understand here that தேங்காதே புக்கிருந்த சீத்த முளை பற்றி வாங்க குடம் நிறைக்கும் வள்ளல் பெரும் பசுப்புக்கள். Because they become so joyful, they give more than what has been asked. Like exactly like Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna simply asked, should I fight or not to fight? Krishna should have told, don't fight. Arjuna, go and simply fight. Arjuna would have told, okay, I'll fight. You said I'll fight. You could have told, by the way. You could have told, okay, Krishna, since you're telling, I'll go and fight. Bhagavad Gita is over, 3 slokas. Dharmakshetre, Kurukshetre, Samaveda, Yuyutsava, Mamaka, Pandavaschaiva, Kima Kurvasa Sanjaya, and then Arjuna asked, Shishyateham Sadimam Tvam Prapannam, please Karpanya Doshe Savata Swabhavaha. Now please tell me. And Krishna said, simply fight. Yuddham, just simplified. Over. Bhagavad Gita is over. But then, out of costless mercy, what did Krishna do? He gave an elaborate explanation. Why? Punguvala Tengade Pukirnda Sita Mulai Patri Vanga, Udam Nirekum Valal Perum Pasukal. That means he is just out of compassion, the Acharyas impart knowledge into his disciple, into their disciple. They, more than they, I mean, as much they can take, and more than they want if they have a desire. Ningada, and then finally, Ningada Selvam Nirendelo Empava. Ningada Selvam means that means first we have to understand this. So Ningada Selvam means wealth. Ningada means uh Ningada means Ningada means Ningum means which has a limitation. Ningada means everlasting. Oh, I thank Krishna. Ninga means everlasting, everlasting wealth, never perishes, long lasting wealth. Ninga the selvam. When it is said Ninga the selvam, let everyone get Ninga the selvam, let everyone get everlasting prosperity. That implies that something is called Ningum selvam, that which is not everlasting, which perishes soon. That is how we have to take. But we have to understand what is Ningum selvam, what is that selvam, what is that wealth, prosperity will diminish sooner, which has short lifespan, and what is the Ninga the selvam, what is the everlasting selvam that goes longer, right? So it is said that Krishna's mercy is due to his anugraham, is Ningada Selvam. His mercy is Ningada Selvam. When Krishna blesses, that selvam is that wealth will never perishes. Whereas the selvam, the wealth that we get by our own effort due to our past karma, punya karma, that perishes. Ningum selvam. So this is one explanation. One more time, Ningum selvam is the wealth that we get. Now I have a good family, good job, enough savings, enough property. I have a wonderful retirement plan, and everything is nice. It is all nice because of my previous karma. I've done something good in my previous karma. Therefore, I have good children, good spouse, good father, good mother, good family, good wealth, good knowledge, good fame, name, prestige, everything I good because I did the previous karma, good karma. But that is Ningum Selvam. Ningum Selvam, that is perishable. Once your karma goes away, next lifetime, there is no guaranteed I'm going to have a good family, good spouse, good children, good job, good security, good health. There is no guarantee. It's all depending on my karma. Therefore, Ningam Selvam. But then the Selvam, the blessings that we get from Krishna, Ninga the Selvam. When Krishna shows his blessings to us, that is not based on karma. That is based on anugraham. Anugraham means compassion and mercy upon us. That is one explanation. We are almost done. That is another explanation has been given. Ninga the Selvam. Ninga the Selvam is Selvam as the Lord's consort, Mahalakshmi, Radharani, Mother Sita, their selvam, when they show their kataksham, when they glance upon us, that selvam, that wealth is Ningada selvam, everlasting. Whereas the Lord's mercy is Ningam selvam. It is conditional. It's quite interesting to see this one because the Lord, even though is merciful, he has some checklist. Did he surrender? Did he chant my name? Because Krishna also puts a condition, right? Sarva dharman pariti mam yekam. If you surrender to me alone, then I will. Sarva dharman parichya mam ekam sarva egam aham twaram sarva papyebhya mokshaishyami masuchaga. I will deliver you, but you have to surrender unto me. But then Mahalakshmi, mothers are so merciful, whether you surrender or you don't surrender. When Mahalakshmi's karaksham is fell upon us, then everything falls upon our life. Everything becomes very nicely. Then the desire of surrendering, approach of Guru and surrendering to Guru, taking initiation and becoming devoted to the Lord and understanding oneself as a servant of the Lord, eternal servant of the Lord. Nothing belongs to me. Everything belongs to Krishna. My Atma belongs to Krishna. This Atma is not mine. Everything falls under the place because we have the Ninga the Selvam, the Kataksham of Sri Mahalakshmi. Therefore, ஓங்கி உலகளந்த உத்தமன் பேர் பாடி நாங்கள் நம் பாவைக்கு சாட்டு நீர் ஆடினால் தீங்கின்றி நாடெல்லாம் திங்கள் மும்மாறி பெய்து ஓங்கு பெருஞ்சென்னலோட உகல பூங்குவலை போதில் பொறிவண்டு கண் படுப்ப தீங்காதே புக்கிருந்த சீற்று மலை பற்றி வாங்க குடம் நிறைக்கும் வள்ளல் பெரும் பசுக்கள் நீங்காத செல்வம் நிறைந்தேலோ எம்பாவாய். Now the last slide, the deeper meaning of this sloka, and we are concluding here. The deeper meaning of this sloka is that or living entities. Sometimes the jiva may, by the infinite grace of God, obtain jnana, knowledge about God. This is an indication that the Lord dwelling within one's Atma, Antaryami, is greatly pleased with one, and in order to be liberated one from the bond of samsara, now he crowns them with the lotus feet. That means what? When Vamanadev raised his foot up and down, that means his lotus feet is touched our head. That is what it says over here. If we chant the glories of the names of Narayana while under the pretext of celebrating the vow, that means we have to chant following some austerity, then the false identification of the self will vanish. It will go away. It will vanish spontaneously. A true realization of the threefold nature of the self will dawn. That means our sattva guna will increase, tamo guna and rajo guna will go away. Those who are able to associate with the acharya, with the guru, gradually they will elevate. And in the heart of the acharya, who the Lord is dwelling in their acharya, will with along with Mahalakshmi, will also grace the disciple of that acharya. Such a realized acharya or a guru, Jnani, will teach the disciple all that they need to know so that they too will attain the bhakti, self-realization, or Atma realization, Paramatma realization. They bless the disciple with the ability to experience Bhagavat Anubhava or Krishna Anubhavam. In this way, there is no doubt that our service, this noble that we are going to do, the fasting, the austerity that we are going to do for next 30 days, 29 days, will have successful end, and everyone will be in prosperity in their life. That prosperity, the wealth is Krishna Bhakti, is our wealth. Whatever the other things are the secondary, we don't focus on any of those things. That is what this sloka says. Therefore, the sloka is Oongi Ulagalanda Uttaman Per Padi நாங்கள் நான் பாவைக்கு சாட்டு நீர் ஆடினால் தீங்கின்றி நாடெல்லாம் திங்கள் மும்மாறி பெய்து ஓங்கு பெருஞ்சென்னனோடு கயலுகல பூங்குவலை போதில் பொறிவண்டு கண்படுப்ப தேங்காதே புக்கியிருந்த சீத்து மலை பற்றி வாங்க குடம் நிறைக்கும் வள்ளல் பெரும் பசுக்கள் நீங்காத செல்வம் நிறைந்தேலோர் எம்பாவாய். Now, after finishing this one, she prayed that water should come, rain should come. In the next pasuram, the rain, God of rain arrives. He comes and folded hands is asks, what can I do for you? And that is the fourth pasuram. We'll continue tomorrow. Andal Tiruvadigalai Sharanam, Embermanar Tiruvadigalai Sharanam, Jiyar Tiruvadigalai Sharanam. Thank you.